Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Abby from Abbeyfit and we're going to be just having a little chat to Claire here. So this is Let's Chat and we're going to talk about her fitness journey, why she likes to do fitness or what she finds hard about it, just basically her thoughts. Let's pick her brain for a little bit and yeah. So Claire, how you going?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're going good? Good?
Yeah, had a good workout.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We just did the booty and the core.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of burn.
Yeah, my fitness journey. Wow. Yeah, no, I as a kid I only did horse riding, which is not really fitness, and I just never really liked it. I remember as a kid one time I told my dad like, yeah, walk slower. I'm starting to sweat. Like, I just hate it, like, and that's what I feel like now as well. Like, it hurts, or you're breathing hard, and it's like warm, and it's like I'm waiting for the day that I'm addicted to the gym, like, oh, I'd love that feeling, but no, that's not the case. But it's a necessary evil, so I guess. And I mean, because I love food, so
of course,
yeah,
food is life.
Yeah,
I always see on your Instagram story, you're having a nice dinner party or something.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I am 1.60 meters, but I have like the appetite of someone of like 2 meters. So
you're preaching to the crowd. That is me too. I'm like,
So I kind of just but I mean, I do like fitness in some sorts. Like, I like, for example, if you go really hard on cardio, then your body is really happy about it. I like that, and I do like weights a lot, weightlifting, and so that's. I mean, I'm just not the kind of person that will be like the first thing in the morning, be like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, and I'm the master of excuses. I think I could write a book on, like, with all the excuses, like from, oh yeah, no, I just washed my hair, to, yeah, no, I just deserve a day off after doing a whole weekend of absolutely nothing, so.
This is so funny because I would not describe you as myself as a trainer, because obviously maybe you've kind of got around the excuses, and you have the trait of probably dedication that overcomes the excuses, and you don't talk about the excuses much, because you've never ever given me an excuse.
Yeah.
And she turns up to most of my work, like most of them, like let's say 98% of the workout she turns up to. That's crazy. It's just not something that I would have picked out.
Yeah, but I guess it's because you kind of know that about yourself, that you're like, and I hate other people doing excuses, so it's like, I wouldn't want to bother you with my shitty mindset, so to say, like, if you're like whining or complaining or anything, I wouldn't want to be that kind of person. But, and I don't know, I like a lot with your classes, like, you really take our progress seriously as well, so that really makes me want to take it serious as well, so that motivates a lot. So
it's good to know for my classes.
I do like it, and I'm a bit of a, like, I can be a bit of a nerd, so I like the whole science behind it, and
I'm very sciencey.
sciencey.
I'm an exercise nerd.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I really like that as well. So and I mean, it's just something you kind of have to just keep doing, and like, I find it hard finding the perfect balance between, like, okay, strict diet and the consistency of, like, I'll be like, Monday to Tuesday to Friday,
or like meal prepping,
like, super good, and then it's weekend and it's like, oh damn,
drinking.
It's
gin tonics.
Oh yeah, it's like wine combined with
cocktails, chocolate.
I
love Saturdays. I love them.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah. And then on Sunday you're like, okay, well, fuck it, I'll start Monday again, being super strict, and then it's like every week the same.
And then you just have that demotivation crash on Mondays, right? Where you're just like, well, anyway, that's for me when I've because I have my things on weekends, so I drink on weekends, and then when I go to Monday, I'm like, I have to go back to normal life,
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not like an avid drinker. I just like my G&Ts on the sunny day, or like a wine after meals, just like a simple something, but it's still nice to have. It's like a really bougie treat,
Yeah. No, it's like, but I think it's important to, like, just keep at it, and like you guys said in other videos, it's not about setting massive goals.
No.
I remember my brother told me that as well. Like, okay, don't set the goal for you. Go 3 times a week. Just go every week once for a year. Just keep that consistency at least.
What a really wise brother you have.
Very wise. Yeah, I'm gonna send him this video
as well.
Yeah. He does like all sorts of things.
Oh wow! So he obviously knows what he's talking about and everything.
Yeah.
It's good that you listen to his advice. So how many times do you go? Like, what fitness do you do, and how many times per week do you do it?
I do like twice a week or maybe 3 times a week. Like definitely the Monday class I think is good, and then I try to do like a HIIT thing in between, and maybe twice or something a HIIT thing. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, just in the park, with like sprints or something, stuff like that.
And super chill, super easy.
Yeah.
You just get in and get it done.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to kickboxing again because that's really good cardio workout.
So good, really good.
Yeah. But I mean, I could do that again now. Of course, there's no excuse. But I mean, during the quarantine, doing the home exercises, it's just you feel kind of silly, like just like sitting in your living room,
like doing your own stuff.
Yeah.
So you really, I think you're the type of person that really needs that that ambience, that thing around you where you've got someone else that you need that accountability. That
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like what Brian said about leaving the gym, I'd be like that in 20 minutes. Like not even without having no headset, I'll be like, what is this? Okay, I'm bored.
It's free, and you're just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
This is
like nobody cares that I'm here, so I might as it's like
that's really true. Like I found with gyms when I wasn't having my specific plan and I didn't have my goal, and then I went to the gym and I was like, it's very hard to, even I find that very hard to get into. Like when I had my plan, when I was going, don't bear in mind, I was basically bodybuilding for 5 years. So when it goes back from there, and then I went to the gym without doing that specific goal, I was like, okay, I could do a push day, I could do a pull day, like what am I gonna do? It's really hard when you're not, it's
you have to motivate yourself, and
it is it's really hard.
I guess because the progress is slow as well, it's like really hard to be like, okay, all the exercises I do today are gonna give me a result maybe in 3 months, and I have to do it every day for 3 months, and or well, not every day, but keep the consistency as well. The consistency
is so huge in sports, especially. We were talking about it today. So because I always like to know what my customers think and what people who I work out with think as well. And I was asking them because with booty is to me very scientific, the way that you get booty. When I personally go to do glutes, I don't just do, let's do this, or like I look at exactly what muscle we need to do, what we need to fix with that, and how we need to work that with that. And I always this is what I was taught from when I was in fitness, and so many studies back this up as well, so it's not just a known learned thing. It's researched as well that if you do a specific muscle, if you want to build it, you need to really be consistent with it. You need to do that workout all the time. You don't just switch it up like, okay, today I'm going to do squats, okay, today I'm going to do deadlifts. No, it's not going to be like that because there's different mechanics and everything involved. So we were talking about the fact that when we do the booty, we do it 4 times, and sometimes it's really hard. You don't think about that when you don't know that if you want to grow something, you need to do the same thing, and it gets really freaking boring, but it works. And like you felt the burn from when to when?
I think like for 5 weeks straight, I'd have or you mean the burn last week? It was like Thursday morning, I was still like, I can still feel it. Worked it so hard.
That's good. Good.
Happy about that.
But it gets boring. The consistency does get boring.
Well, I mean, there's not really a point where I'm like, I'm loving fitness anyway. So it's like, it doesn't really matter.
Brilliant way to look at it. Brilliant way.
So
there's a really down to earth approach, because people, they look for the elevation. They look for like, this is brand new, and that never lasts. It's not excitement. It's not motivation that lasts. No, it's definitely not. And this is what your brother probably realized he probably even realized it, was realizing it. A lot of people, when they do fitness for a long time, motivation does not last. It's an emotion. It's an emotion that drives you up and goes and makes you like fight or flight, so actually go for it.
Yeah.
But it's like adrenaline. It doesn't last long.
No. Yeah.
Because it's a really emotional response, and emotions don't last for a long time, except for maybe hatred sometimes. But it doesn't last. So you need that dedication, you need that consistency, you need that. Okay, at this time you need to do this, and then and there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you got down really well, especially around your excuses. I think that's how you overcome it, because you realise that is the dedication is the process.
Yeah. I mean, it's just good to have like at least a once a week thing that kind of keeps you going, and then you can kind of, once you've done that on Monday, be like, okay, I can't let this week go to waste. And it's like what you said. One day you can wake up like super motivated. I'm gonna get it. All my dishes fried. And
I'm gonna go for a run, and I'm gonna go.
And then the next day you're like,
run. Let's do this.
And the next day you wake up like, oh man.
Why though? No,
it's like
it's not happening.
Yeah. So, but then it's kind of you can't like let that inner bitch take over and be like. Okay, and I am really good at feeling sorry for myself. Like, I was so busy at work today. And like, yeah.
You hide this so well. This is a nuclear. I don't even know.
It's not like a super, great aspect of a personality, like being like, and I know, like, sometimes trainers can really see when you're not pushing it. And I know that, but I'm, like, at the start of the lesson, I'm like, okay, I need to save my energy. And I'm, like, so jealous of people that can just, like, balls to the wall, go crazy from the start. And, like, especially with the kickboxing, I'm, like, just, kind of, it's like, warming up. And they're like, oh. So it's like, that's kind of, but that's just what you need to...
I think it's a different technique on how you energy save as well, because like a lot of, that is what we're taught as well in personal training, is that some people are energy savers. So, energy savers. Yeah. So there are people who really regulate their energy and really like go for it, and then probably like the last 10 minutes, it's like... you go for it, you go for gold. Or there is the people who just have no mind regulation. So they're the type of people that actually are a bit less controlled emotionally as well. So they are the less ones that are the more like, motivation. Whereas the ones that control and regulate their energy, it's something to do with the head where they think that they need to... It's a personality type really that they need to regulate. So you do get that. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad. I would say it's very good. And I'm not saying that all people are like this, because this is obviously boxing personalities, and you can never ever box a personality. But this is what we're taught mostly, is that people who go are more emotional driven, and they have no charge of energy wastage, which is it shows that you are very in tune with your body as well, that you're very in control in your head, which is where, because I haven't seen most of this from you, and then you're telling me now, and it correlates together. It really does. It's like, okay, she has a lot of self-control in her head,
I guess. Maybe wouldn't really I'm a thinker.
Deep thinker.
Like, I mean, there's some things that if you want to take progress or really get a good workout, then you just have to kind of set aside. And also the energy saving thing, like, set that aside,
That's true. Fun fact is that if you feel like you're dying after a workout, you probably have, so when you're really, really tired, you probably have 40% of your energy left. So it's just, so as soon as it goes to 0.5%, there's chemicals that are released in your brain, and it's telling your mind, like, okay, I'm getting tired, I've got 50% of my energy left, and then once you get to 40, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm fucked.
It's like the reserve light on your
gas tank. Reserve.
Go to the gas station.
Please, food now. Yeah. But the thing is that if you look at it, it's 40%. Like that's actually, if you think about, if you're going to do a workout at the end of the day, and you've got 40% of your energy left. I mean, like, it's nothing. So that's what they always say, especially like in the army sectors and everything like that. That's why they try and push you, and ultra marathon runners, that's why they push through, because they know that they've actually got a lot of energy source release left.
Yeah, my brother actually, once again, very wise. No, but
Very wise.
he has like, you know, the 80-20 rule gets applied to a ton of stuff.
Everything.
But to fitness, he also said like, yeah, if you, after 8 reps think you can't go anymore, you've got like at least 2 reps to go.
Yeah.
And that you get 80% of your progress from that last 20%.
That is very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's with muscle building, that's with cardio, with everything. They always, like with stretching as well, they always said 30 seconds, this is not obviously 80-20, but still, 30 seconds for stretching to keep your stretch and 40 seconds for it. So it's always in that like last little bit where it's like that excruciating, like that it happens, that the magic happens, you know. And they always say that with like, you know, muscle building, cardio, long distance running, they always try and push like a minute onto it just to, and then you're dying for that minute, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. That is where the magic happens. Otherwise, if you're doing the same thing all the time and you're not trying to push it, it's obviously you're not going to get any result. And it's not something that you have to push like so hard, because I feel like some people, like let's go back to the marathon running or something like that. You know, you run for an hour and people are like, no, you have to run for half an hour more. It's like 1 hour and 30 minutes. You're like, I've got to go. By the time you're just so off put by the situation, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And your body is just not able to keep up with it as well.
Yeah.
And your mind.
Yeah.
So it's better to just do that 10 extra minutes and die for that 10 minutes, not 30 minutes, because you don't have to, you know. It just you're going to put yourself off afterwards.
Yeah. I think with running it's interesting as well that like if you run for 2 hours straight at a slower pace, you can already increase your cardio by running just a little bit faster, but then shorter. That's also I learned one day. I was like, oh,
that's
interesting.
That's what Judith and I did. So Judith is another person, well actually Judith lives with me, and oh my gosh, we went running one day, and I said it in the last video as well, and she said it as well. So yeah, we went running, and she was doing 30-minute runs around the block, and it's all cool, and I was like, I'm just going to do a quick 30-minute run, you know, super chill. She's like, let's do it. So we go to the local park, and we do like in the first 5 minutes, she was like, oh my god. And I was like, are you good? And I was running backwards, and I was like, are you good there?
Oh jeez,
And she was like, I just never realised that I was running slow. And I was like, no, it's not that you're running slow, you're just running your pace and I'm pushing you, or so she didn't realise in the first 5 minutes obviously, until it was like the 5 minutes, and she's like, oh my god, I'm dying. But like you don't realise, and then suddenly your body realises, and it's like, oh my god. And she improved. She really improved. So it's just that, it's faster. She could have run for 20 minutes and it would have been better for her.
Then just keep running slow. Not slow. At different pace. So
that's your fitness. Well, I've learned a lot about you. Secret side of
I tried lots of different sports as well, and
oh really?
Like I tried CrossFit for a while, which was a lot of fun, and it had a good system where you had to get into a lesson. You had to sign up, and like before an hour before you couldn't sign off anymore, and that's kind of like that the moment I'm like, okay. Like in the morning at the workout, like, I'm gonna go today, I'm super motivated, have my gym stuff, and then the moment I have to go, I'd be like, oh crap, I don't want to go. But if you didn't go, you'd have to do like an hour on the assault bike.
Oh really?
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But then I was sick for a little while, and work got busy. So I wasn't going for like 3 months, and then CrossFit is kind of like you have to really have to be intensely, and I just was like, I can't be bothered to do that again.
And that's a very, if you're not consistent in CrossFit, you're gonna become very injury prone. Very injury prone. Because it's basically like you're a newborn baby every single time. It's just a gift that keeps on giving with those.
And box jumps, I hated those.
I love box jumps. I love going for my knees and going up. I love it. And I can also do a kip up and then go into a box jump.
I have an irrational fear of box jumps. I can't. You're
not the first person I've... And
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really high paced as well, which is kind of fun because that really pushes your cardio. And I think cardio is actually kind of fun to...
Yeah.
Once you see that how it improves really fast, it's like, this is actually kind of good.
Actually, if you guys want fast transit, if you're starting off with fitness and you want something that's going to be a very, very fast,
reward,
reward, or you're going to see results fast. There we go. That's what I was meaning. Mind blank. If you wanted to have fast results, then go into running. Like, I know it's not very nice, but seriously, after the third time you've done the same thing, you're going to see results easy, as long as you, and it's really easy to plan around. Like, you don't have to plan different exercises for the workout, you can just run. And if you want an entry-level fitness thing that you can quickly see results in, whether it is time or how fast you go, or, you know, just how even far, how far, there we go, that was it, time or how far you go. Just did the same brain fart. Anyway, and then even like with weight loss as well, because it's proven that running is one of the fastest ways to lose weight, just because of how much calories you're burning through with running, especially if you want run with a weight. Then that is the entry level of, if you need justification, if you know you're a person who needs justification, that is something you should go into. Don't worry about anything else. And then when you feel like you have a solid plan and that you have learnt to do a structure, then go into other fitness.
Yeah, well, that's good as well. Yeah. But you see so many injuries with running as well.
Knees.
Yeah.
You've got to have really nice shoes.
Yeah.
Really good shoes.
And good technique as well.
Good technique, Because I run weirdly.
If you run backwards, that's...
No, but so I do what they call, I think it's the swan stride. And it's like, I do really, really long strides. And it's because I was once a dancer. So I do the longer strides. And I go from... toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, where runners go from ball, toe, ball, toe, ball, toe. So I had specific running shoes that had more padding in the front. And it just went down, and it was like, those are really interesting.
I think with CrossFit it actually told us to run more on the
toes.
Yeah.
It does. It's more of a, so sprinters run on their toes. Is it? Sprinters. No long distance. You know what? I'm not a running coach, so... It's there are actually running coaches. You know, running is a science by itself. I did a little bit of study, obviously, to pass my test on that, but Because did you actually have like a background in fitness or body physiology? Yeah, huge. Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. Yeah.
I hated the test.
I
hate tests.
Yeah, so let me go to the gym.
I was like, let me learn. But I actually, like, most of the body mechanics stuff I learned before. So because I was a dancer, and obviously you have to be really in tune with your body then. And I learned body mechanics through my dance teaching course, which was very intense at that time. It was like, oh my gosh, that was a mess. That was so much. I'm not a study person. I'm a doer. I'm a person who, like, if I find something, like let's say squat, I would look up how to do squats and like what muscles properly, because it's relevant to me at the time. But when you're studying, obviously it's not relevant. Like, not all of it. Some of it is, and the things that I found really relevant, great.
Yeah.
But the things I didn't, like running or swimming, I'm not a swimmer.
Swimming is difficult too, yeah.
It is. Like, we were learning the strokes and everything, about the muscle movements and like butterfly and stuff, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
I had to go swimming to even think about, like, what the hell is going on with this subject.
Yeah.
So, if I'm not a swimming coach, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And running, I can look it up for you, and I can look up studies and everything, because that's super chill. You know, I've still got the books and everything, so.
Yeah.
But, swimming, no, not for me. That's not me.
What do you think about HIIT workouts? Because I was,
HIIT workouts.
That's also really good for fat burn and cardio improvement, like 15-minute hits. Just go crazy.
I think everything's good for fat burn, except for maybe some classes are just a little bit too easy. Yoga's not really for fat burn, let's be honest. But if you are doing HIIT workouts, so that's really high intensity cardio, you've got your blood pumping, your body temperature's rising, that's really good. I do think that HIIT workouts are really good because it sets the mindset. HIIT workout, you automatically think it's going to be intense fast.
Yeah.
So you work up this whole expectation before, and that's what I think is the most important thing. So when you think about HIIT, you're thinking about that you're going to work intensely for the same time.
Especially for an energy saver. It's like, okay, well, it's only 30 seconds.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so I think that's really good, and it's really about the effort you put in, because one person can go into HIIT classes and they can be like, yeah, we're going to work, we're going to do it, they're going to burn they're going to burn at least 300 calories during this, they're like crazy, you know. But then you can have people who go in and they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go, and then you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say it's really what you do to attack the workout rather than the actual workout itself. I do really like HIIT workouts just because it sets you up for the mentality. A downside for HIIT would be injury prone. And also when you're doing a HIIT class, you've really got to make sure that if you're not sure on a movement, that you know it before the class. Like specifically with our HIIT classes, I set aside a little bit of time afterwards, because if I see any type of thing that goes wrong in the class, or any type of wrong movement, body pattern or something like that, I always set aside a time where I can just correct it a little bit, because in HIIT workout, it's so fast, it's so intense, it's 30 seconds on, you don't have time to be like, oh, you should roll your shoulders back, push your chest up, and you should really engage these muscles here. You just don't have that time, because it's just like boom, boom, boom. So I think you've really got to make sure that you know what you're doing before you go into it, or at least have a trainer that can spot it and just be like, yo, this is not okay.
It makes a huge difference as well, your form, and like
it does, it really does, and that is how you don't do injuries.
I feel like HIIT also kind of is good for your, I read it on the internet, but like for your speeding up your metabolism, because I feel like after all those years of, you know, diets, like crash diet, stuff like that, not really being a massive workout person, like my metabolism is just like non-existent, basically.
Well, with metabolism, so you did read this on the internet, see, like the word metabolism has been thrown around so much, like and it was first, I think in the 80s, I read this one article, actually a sports article, it wasn't an article, but so when like the magazines like the Muscle and Fitness and stuff first came out, so there was a lot of controversial stuff that they used to put in there, and it wasn't necessarily based in science, so it pissed off a lot of people. And it was great. And you know, like they're coming out now, like Arnold Schwarzenegger with his whole like, oh, I ate meat, and he's like, well, you know, I didn't really. It was just I think metabolism was one of those as well, because the definition of a metabolism. Wait, I'm gonna Google this for you. Let's Google the definition so we get the right definition. Word for word. Metabolism.
Yeah, but it's like so tempting to have like a 1200 calorie crash diet and really lose weight fast, but then like after a while you're just like, okay, I can't do this anymore, then you just eat a little bit more, you're like, okay, boom, you know, back to like, it'll just go like, okay, 1 kilo down and then boom, 1 kilo up again, like I also
crash
find
training does that, it really does that.
I also find that with like, if you drink so much water and then if you don't drink that much water again for a weekend, it's like your body instantly, you know.
Really? Yeah. So you
have to really be consistent also
with it. I always get so thirsty, like randomly I'll be like, but I think it also has something to do with my menstrual cycle. It might have something to do with your menstrual cycle as well. Sometimes you know, your water consumption really goes up and down. And it's when your estrogen and progesterone are the highest that you need the most water. So that's in the last week of your cycle.
Okay.
So I'm like, big bucket of water.
I don't get thirsty at all, like ever. I really have to force myself to drink water all the time.
So metabolism is a process by which your body converts what you eat and drink into energy. During this complex biochemical process, it's just chemicals in your body, calories in food and beverages are combined with oxygen to release energy your body needs to function. So if you think about like everything that you've read on the internet about metabolism, and then you read this, it does not make sense, right? So what they're basically saying is, what a metabolism is basically the chemical process, what your body does to live.
Yeah.
So if your metabolism is really slow, it sometimes results in things like thyroid disease and death.
Well,
so when they refer to a slow metabolism,
yeah,
that's not necessarily correct.
Yeah.
In some ways, like like micro way, it is correct, but that's like microscopic. Microscopic.
But then how come there are these shitty people in the world that can eat everything they want and
genetics?
There's
genetic, that's not metabolism, that's genetic. So everybody has a metabolism, right? Everybody processes, so we eat food and it breaks down into our body, and then it goes into the blood and it's transferred, especially to our muscles, blah, blah, blah. Some of it's oxygenized, so it can transfer places. And then obviously when we move, we use it, and we have different ways of using different sources of energy due to what action we're doing. Like we use more sugars when we do fast workouts and stuff like that. Okay, so that's why you need a lot of carbs when you're, let's say, a sprinter, you know. So when you metabolize, it is the natural. It's not just about your weight. It's literally you metabolize to live.
Right. Yeah.
You live to metabolize. So and it's not just also your food. Like obviously it's mainly your food, but it's all the chemicals in your body that gets fueled by the food that you eat. That's the metabolism.
Yeah.
So how many chemical reactions are going through your body per second? Millions.
Yeah.
Millions. So if your chemicals in your body aren't working very well and you're not absorbing the energy, then that's an absorption problem.
Yeah.
And that's metabolism. So like let's say if you have leaky gut syndrome and stuff like that, that's destroying your metabolism because you're not getting the nutrients from the food correctly. You're not getting the energy from the food correctly. So that's when stuff gets a little bit muddled. So with fitness speeds up processes, obviously, because you're going to be using like it a bit more.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it's like, because your body will naturally have a high metabolism at the time that you're working out.
Yeah. Or if you're like more muscular.
If you're more muscular, that is when the energy, so your body is very adaptive. Your body, you learn to do things. That's what your body's made to do. It's like those mega computers, you know, So when you first start off working out, your body's very shit at turning energy into sources of fuel for muscle growth, or for keeping your fitness, or for at least, you know, doing the run for cardio. It's not going to know how to do it, because obviously your body is a body of habit. So when you sit around and you're on the computer the whole entire day and you don't do much, your body's going to be used to metabolizing in a certain way that caters to your lifestyle in that point. So then you would call it a slow metabolism, because you're not going fast.
Yeah.
Right? You're not using so many chemicals in your body. Then when you do a workout and your body has to work a little bit faster, it has to be like, okay, let's grab. It's like a snatch and grab for energy. Boom, 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 let's snatch and grab. Let's try and get as much energy. So that when you do fitness, obviously when you're prioritizing doing fitness, your body is going to stop a lot of other chemical reactions to try and help that. However, when it first starts off, it's like error.
Yeah, what are you doing?
This is why it's so hard for you when you start doing fitness. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So over time, your body learns to be like, okay, this is what needs to happen. This is what I'm going to do. And so I need to metabolize in a certain specific way. Yeah. And I need to be fast about it. And I need to get energy from this source and this pace faster. So then it becomes very good at judging when you first think about when you're going to do it, then obviously behind the scenes your body's like, okay, this and this needs to happen.
Yeah.
If you don't have that process, you don't have that process. And this is funny. So when you do fitness a lot, you'll notice that when you start thinking about fitness, you feel your body temperature rising. And also, so this is every time I think about fitness, it's like I feel like a heat rising up. Seriously, at the back of my neck, and also my hands start getting warm.
Whoa, yeah, your body's already.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not necessarily. It's just like okay. So it's the warming up. So you've got the thought in your head. So your body's like, okay, this, and this, and this. And this comes with like the more fitness. They say the more fit you are, the more fitness you do, the more your body reacts to this. So even people who have a very high mind to body connection, they will automatically start sweating even before they start working out.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's crazy. That's your body being in touch and just being like, okay, we're about to go. We need to metabolize this faster because we're going to be there. So this is your body warming up without even warming up.
Yeah. Funny, they did say something like that during CrossFit as well. The warm-ups were always so great. And I'm like, what is this warm-up? And they were like, yeah, you kind of need to push your body already to that point
before
so
you
that
go in.
When you go to do the workout of the day,
yes,
then your body isn't like panicked,
exactly.
so to say, and like already kind of has the engine running.
Yeah.
And
So that's where metabolizing comes in. That's where the engine running comes in, and that's where your body it's adaptive. So it works. Super complicated. Like I'm learning. People are still learning. Like I don't think we will know what the body does in the next 25 years. No, we don't. Like, especially in fitness, there's always something we can find out.
Yeah. And I think because everybody is different and to like research something
cultures,
properly.
genetics, everything involved, like just the differences of, type 1, type 2 and the negatives depending on your genetics and where you come from in a country. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even like with fat loss, where we found out, like I think it was 10 years ago or something, that due to what climate you are from, technically, that's why your body fat goes to a certain position in your body.
Wow.
Yeah, and so they're still trying to figure out like why and how that happens and what's the process behind it, and could you change it by any type of means. The distribution of fat and everything. So it's crazy. Just with fitness, there's always going to be a science behind it. And I think people who think that this is the information and this is solid information, I think maybe they're lacking in a bit of perspective, because it's with fitness, it's with science. You could know something and then suddenly there's another key or another piece of the puzzle changes your whole perspective. They're still debating about whether we come from pigs or monkeys, If we don't know where we come from, like how can we know about what's happening in our bodies with fitness?
Yeah. I guess in the end, it's just like you kind of know if you're gonna choose McDonald's over like fruit. It's like, okay, I don't need to know the whole science to know what is the bad choice here. Yeah. So it's like,
Imagine if this is like your whole mental debate when you're going through like choosing fruit or McDonald's. Like, okay, so we don't know what is eggs, right? So my chemical imbalances are here, and cheese, Louise. That's a mess. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. So like, keep it simple and just like
keep it simple for now. Keep it simple, stupid. And there's a lot, like even in fitness, there's so much common sense. Like it's. I really don't like the word common sense, but just things that it's just
use your brain.
Use your brain, like what? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny. Well, this is a great talk. I've learned so much about you.
Yeah.
And
all the bad traits I was hiding.
Oh my gosh. It's seriously a really interesting conversation. This is the longest conversation I've had.
Very long,
It's really interesting.
If you're still watching, thank you.
we should start it. Like I feel like this needs to be a podcast now. Because it's so long. Yes. Yeah.
Or that'd be kind of cool actually to have like a super fit person and then a non-fit person getting fit, in the
fit.
progress of getting fit.
You're progressing really fast, so it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
Definitely. Anyway,
sure.
thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. I hope that you learned a lot and that you stayed for the whole time. This is a very long Instagram video. I wonder if it's going to actually load because I've never done this long before.
Damn. Okay.
It's fine. Okay. Bye guys.
Bye.